This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 1 dead, 3 injured in latest shooting spree in St. James. 1 man is dead and 3 others injured in Montego Bay, St. James after the latest shooting spree. The incident occurred about 10:30 Tuesday night in Lilliput. The dead man has been identified as a 35-year-old Shane Mackenzie of Bob Man Hill in the area. Police reports indicate that Mackenzie was among a group of people at a sports bar in his neighborhood when 2 men entered and began shooting. 4 people were shot and were taken to hospital. Mackenzie was later pronounced dead. This is the parish's most recent shooting spree by armed men. On March 29, in a section of the Rose Heights community dubbed Matches Lane, 22-year-old Javon Dove, 20-year-old Kirk Taylor, and Roman Warlock were shot and killed by unknown assailants who began shooting as the men sat by the side of the road. Just a few days before, on March 26, 3 men died after men armed with high-powered weapons wreaked havoc in the Warrico Drive community in Norwood. 22-year-old Damian Minto and 24-year-old Lenroy Martin were fatally shot. Delano Spence, who has been identified as one of the attackers, was also killed. The police recovered 50 Spence shells from the scene. There were also the chilling murder of 3 siblings in the Irwin Heights community on March 9 after gunmen invaded their home and shot them. 11-year-old Peter Gay Cook and her twin brothers Javon and Javon Stewart were killed during the assault. These shootings have been a major concern for the police, and they have contributed to the Area 1 division leading the country in terms of murders committed since the start of the year. St. James is among the parishes in Area 1. Clarendon men charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. 2 men have been arrested and charged following the seizure of a 9mm Beretta pistol and 16 rounds of ammunition in Greenville, Manchester on Tuesday. The weapons were found in a vehicle they were traveling in. Charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition are 41-year-old Anthony Robinson, otherwise called Damien, a mechanic, and a 49-year-old Wayne Williams, otherwise called Bushy, both of Coffee Peace, Clarendon. Reports are that about 12:35 p.m., officers were conducting an operation in the area when they stopped and searched a vehicle. The weapon and ammunition were found inside. The 2 men were subsequently arrested and charged. Their court date is being finalized. Tugs wants high-level probe into shooting of taxi operator by cop. Edgerton Newman, president of the Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services, has called for a high-level investigation into an incident that led to the shooting and injury of a taxi operator by a policeman on Tuesday in the vicinity of Dawkins Road near the Portmore Mall in St. Catherine. The incident sparked outrage among taxi operators who immediately withdrew their services in protest. According to Senior Superintendent of Police in charge of the St. Catherine South Police Division, Christopher Phillips, police sought to apprehend the driver of a taxi which was believed to have hit a policeman from a motorcycle a few days ago. Phillips said the police intercepted the motor car on Tuesday and a tussle ensued, during which the taxi operator was shot. A policeman was reportedly injured in the incident. Phillips pointed out that the incident brought into perspective some of the challenges facing the society where people are confrontational towards the police. In an interview with the news on Tuesday, Newman said instances where the police chase taxi operators or pull their weapons during interactions with drivers have been increasing. Newman condemned the practice, saying that minor infractions should not be responded to with such a force. On an ongoing basis, taxi operators have been in serious confrontation with the police where firearms are drawn. A taxi operator does not commit a crime. Running away from a police officer and indiscipline are not crimes. You cannot want to apprehend a taxi operator and you shoot him or shoot at him for that. You cannot use fire to outfire. We will not stop until it is investigated at the highest level. That operator is a well-known operator in the Portmore area. Why was he treated in this manner? He was lying on the ground bawling and the policeman stood over him. We want to know exactly what the situation was, and we want the officer in the case to be taken off frontline duty. He should be reprimanded for his actions because the police high command does not put up with incidents like these. We want to know if this taximan was shot because he didn't have his road license or what, Newman said. The Independent Commission of Investigations is investigating the matter. Drain threatening houses in Portmore community to be repaired. A multi-agency response is being formulated to correct a drainage problem in the community of Texas Avenue in Portmore, St. Catherine that is threatening the safety of several houses. Making the disclosure following a recent visit to the community, Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Desmond McKenzie, said he has asked the technical team at his ministry to provide a report by the end of the month on the recommendation to fix the drain. The danger that the residents experience has grown exponentially over the years. What I have done is to ask that the National Works Agency join with the ministry and the Portmore Municipal Corporation and to come up with a design to remedy the problem, he told reporters. I can't visit one place twice and the situation remains the same. It has deteriorated. When I came last year and looked at the walls, I saw minor cracks. Now there are major cracks on the buildings. The ground is compromised and the building is being compromised, and I am very disappointed that the matter was not dealt with and it was not brought to my attention about the challenge that we are facing, he said. The local government minister said he assured the residents that the collapsed drain will be repaired before the start of the hurricane season, as he asked them to look out for the work team that will be in the area very soon. Member of Parliament for St. Catherine Southeast, Robert Miller, said he is pleased that the local government minister has committed to getting the work done. Mayor of Portmore, Leon Thomas, said he is happy that McKenzie has visited a second time, and finally we are going to do some assessments and after that some work. Meanwhile, a resident of the community, Adrian Parnell, said he is comforted that McKenzie has shown an interest as the problem has got worse, and we are hoping that this time something will be done. Police to purchase more than 1,000 body-worn cameras this year. The Jamaica Constabulary Force plans to purchase more than 1,000 body-worn cameras for police personnel this fiscal year. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson, who made the disclosure at a news conference on Tuesday, said the force currently has 400 cameras. General Anderson said the latest phase of the program will be done in stages. Already, he said, a data center has been established with the purpose of capturing images generated by thousands of cameras. That now sets the stage for the procurement of the cameras, he said. The Independent Commission of Investigations has been calling for increased digital recordings during police interactions with the public.
Of course, it's not a cheap venture, it's an expensive venture, and first we had to create the back end. We did that. So we have a data center that can capture the images of thousands of cameras. That in of itself is a significant task rollout. Now, subsequent to that, it's really to just purchase the cameras as we go along and fit them on our members.
JP faces sex charges involving teen student. A justice of the peace and high school guidance counselor has been charged with rape and other sex-related crimes involving a schoolgirl. Dawit Jeffrey, 29, is also facing multiple counts of indecent assault. Jeffrey is accused of forcibly having sex with a 16-year-old student inside his office at the St. Andrew-based school in January. When the institution was contacted, the principal of the school was said to be in a meeting and could not comment on whether Jeffrey remains in his post. Police investigators claim that the guidance counselor developed a romantic relationship with the student after her 16th birthday in November last year. It is alleged that they had intercourse inside his school office a number of times. However, the student reportedly indicated in January that she wanted to end the relationship. Jeffrey allegedly invited her to his office that evening, held her down and had intercourse with her against her will. He was charged by the police on March 8 and is scheduled to appear in court on July 27. He has been released on bail. Witnesses not giving statement in relation to death of student in motor vehicle mishap. The probe of last Friday's motor vehicle mishap in Portmore St. Catherine, which claimed the life of an 8-year-old student of Bridgeport Primary School, is being stalled as eyewitnesses have declined to give statements to the police. This was confirmed by sub-officer in charge of the Bridgeport Police Station, Inspector Richard McPherson, in an interview with the news. He said this could stall the investigation. Shortly before 2 o'clock Friday afternoon, the Bridgeport Primary student Dilshawn McLean was walking with a schoolmate on Germain Road in the vicinity of the school when they were hit by a van. The two students were taken to hospital, where Dilshawn died. The other student was admitted in serious condition. The driver of the van was warned for prosecution. Petrojam puts measures in place to reduce oil loss. Measures are now in place at Petrojam to significantly reduce the multi-billion-dollar oil losses which had been plaguing the state-run entity. A probe uncovered that for the period 2013 to 2018, Petrojam could not account for more than 600,000 barrels of oil valued at $5.2 billion. Petrojam's 2020-2021 annual report, tabled on Tuesday in the House of Representatives, shows that several initiatives to reduce oil loss have been completed, including the recommissioning of the refinery's largest crude storage tank, which was leaking. An improved system for tank draining has been implemented, and a mechanism for daily reconciliation of oil movement and storage put in place. Other initiatives include routine dives to inspect undersea oil pipelines and a tank repair program. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.